What if everything you're going through right now, the stress, the pain, the delays, the heartbreak, what if none of it is punishment? What if it's actually a sign that Allah has chosen you? Because here's the truth most people don't understand. Not every hardship is anger. Sometimes it's rahmah, mercy in disguise. And the scary part? Most people fail their test because they think they're being punished. So today, I'm going to show you 5 powerful signs that what you're going through is not punishment, but a test from Allah. And once you understand this, your entire perspective on life will change. Let's clear something first. We live in a time where the moment something goes wrong, we immediately say, "Why is Allah doing this to me? I must be a bad person. Allah is punishing me." But listen carefully. If every hardship was punishment, then why did the prophets suffer the most? Why did righteous people cry the most? Why did the most beloved servants of Allah face the hardest lives? Because hardship is not always punishment. Sometimes it's elevation. Sometimes it's purification. And sometimes it's preparation for something bigger. The problem is, we judge our situation based on how it feels, not based on what it actually is. Here's the first and most powerful sign. Despite everything, you're still making dua. You're still thinking about Allah. You're still feeling guilty when you sin. You're still trying, even if you keep falling. Let me tell you something deep. A person being punished is often cut off from Allah, but a person being tested is pulled closer. If your pain is making you pray more, cry in sujood, remember Allah, ask for forgiveness, then this is not punishment. This is Allah calling you back. Think about it. Why would Allah punish you by bringing you closer to Him? That doesn't make sense. Punishment distances you, but tests draw you nearer. So if your heart still says, "Ya Allah, help me," that's your first sign. You're not being abandoned. You're being guided. There's a difference between being broken and being empty. A person who is punished often feels emptiness, no purpose, no connection, no light. But a person who is being tested feels pain, yet still has hope. You cry, but somewhere inside you, there's still a voice saying, "Allah will fix this." That hope, that's not from you. That's from Allah. Because if Allah wanted to abandon you, He would remove that hope. But He didn't. Instead, He left a small light inside your heart, and that light is enough to keep you going. So if you feel broken, but still believe things will get better, that's not punishment. That's a test, wrapped in mercy. This one hurts the most. Things aren't happening when you want. Your plans are failing, doors are closing, and you start thinking, why is everything going wrong? But what if it's not going wrong? What if it's just being delayed? Let me explain. When Allah punishes, He may take things away completely. But when Allah tests, He often delays things because He's preparing you. Think about it. You wanted that job, but didn't get it. You wanted that relationship, but it ended. You wanted success, but it's slow. And you think it's loss. But what if it's protection? What if that job would have destroyed your deen? What if that person would have broken your heart even worse? What if that success would have made you arrogant? Allah sees what you don't, so He delays not to hurt you, but to protect you. So if your life feels on hold, but not completely destroyed, that's a test, not punishment. Here's another powerful sign. Your situation is forcing you to grow. You're becoming more patient, more aware, more humble, more connected to Allah, even if you don't like it. Because tests are meant to transform you. Punishment, on the other hand, doesn't always lead to growth, but tests, they reshape your character. Think about your life right now. Are you learning lessons, becoming stronger, rethinking your priorities, leaving bad habits? If yes, then what you're going through is not random. It's intentional. Allah is molding you like a diamond under pressure. And yes, it hurts. But diamonds are not made in comfort. They're made under pressure. So if you feel like life is pushing you instead of crushing you, that's a sign. You're being tested, not punished. This one is subtle, but very powerful. Look at your life carefully. Yes, things are hard. Yes, you've lost something. Yes, you're struggling. But you haven't lost everything. You still have Iman, the ability to make dua, some blessings, some peace, some hope. Because if Allah wanted to punish you fully, He could take everything. But He didn't. Instead, He left enough for you to hold on. And that's mercy. Even in your pain, there are blessings. You just have to notice them. So if you're struggling, but still have something left, that's not punishment. That's a test with mercy. Here's where most people fail. They go through a test and think it's punishment. So what do? They lose hope. They stop praying. They distance themselves from Allah. And that is where the real loss begins. Because the test was meant to bring them closer, but instead, it pushed them away. Don't make that mistake. Your situation is not your enemy. Your misunderstanding of it is. Let me tell you something powerful. Allah doesn't test you to break you. He tests you to clean your sins, raise your rank, strengthen your heart, bring you closer to Him. Every difficulty has a hidden purpose, even if you can't see it now. And one day, you will look back and say, "Now I understand why that happened." But until then, you need sabr, you need trust, you need faith. So if you're being tested, what should you do? Simple. Stay connected to Allah, even if your heart feels weak. Make dua constantly, even if you don't see results immediately. Have patience, because tests are temporary. Trust Allah's plan, even when it doesn't make sense. Because remember, Allah sees the full picture. You only see a small part. So next time life gets hard, don't immediately think, Allah is punishing me. Instead, ask yourself, is this actually a test meant to bring me closer? Because maybe, just maybe, this difficulty you're facing right now is not a sign of Allah's anger, but a sign that He hasn't given up on you. Sometimes the pain you're feeling is not rejection from Allah. It's an invitation.